Yes, yes. Good morning, guys, and welcome to the Team Breakfast Blitz Hangout, guys. And you know what is amazing? It's every Saturday morning, I always feel this way, excited, up, alive, and fired up, guys. And we're here to fire you up, guys. My name is Terrence Freeman, founder of Team Blitz. I'm here with my partner, Nestor Nadom, and also Katrina Russell, who is also members of Team Blitz and have been for quite some time to share with you a little about what we're going to do here today with you guys is we're going to basically share with you how important blogging is going to help you benefit your income, how you will be able to turn your story into a profit. Because as we always say on these hangouts, facts tell and stories do sell. And I'm going to share with you a little bit about me. Everyone's going to share a little bit about their stories and their results, their outcomes, and how they've been able to create the success that's been happening. And of course, what's been happening this week and the powerful, amazing results that we've been happening. Um, I think something's going on with my camera. Let's see what's going on. All right. Is that me? Yeah. All right. So anyway, guys, my name is Terrence Freeman again. I'm from New York City. Started Team Blitz about 9 months ago. Actually started taking action and building Team Blitz about 3 months ago. And we basically became a family. We started becoming a community and actually helping each other out. So, with that being said, I basically got involved in this industry back in 2009. Had a massive blast with the people I've been meeting, creating powerful, powerful friends and relationships with these people. And this is the best part about this industry is that we all stay connected, and all of us have a story. You know, I'm from New York City, Washington Heights. I did not graduate from high school. I dropped out going towards the end of sophomore year. Did not step foot into college. Started doing stuff that would definitely I call a disaster. You know, in life, you know, you start doing stuff the faster way, but at the same time, you also find yourself end up in jail faster also, you know. So once my son was born in 2000, I started working and went legit and realized how important it is for me to be around for my son, you know, be there for him. And so I started working for the city for a few years, and I got laid off after that, and you know, I was unemployed. I was on unemployment for a little bit until I started working construction, building fireplaces. I was a mason. I am a mason by trade till this day. I love working and building bricks. You know, I love bricking up. You know, it's like you know, it's like my blog. You know, I keep adding content, content, content. You know what I mean? And the cement is what holds it together. You know, which is your story. So you know, we I found this opportunity by being online to help me with the business that I was in. And honestly, I thought blogging, like I didn't even think that blogging was very important. Like blogging for me was like Perez Hilton, like always blogging about celebrities, you know. And honestly, I thought it was for women. You know what I mean? Honestly, I honestly thought it was a girl thing, and I really was like, nah, that's not for dudes, man. But you know, long story short, I started in 2012 with Empower Network, which is what we're going to be talking about today, and how important it is that having this platform, this via blogging platform, you know, via blogging, meaning you know transferring. So how how important it is by you sharing your story on the blog, how that can actually in turn become an income. You see, because every one of us, we have a story. If you read most of the blogs out there, right, when you're on Facebook, right, for example, and you hit this link that's on the news feed, it automatically goes to a blog. It doesn't go to a website, guys. You got to realize where when you're clicking the link, if it's a story or something that's going on, it's always going to a blog. So it's important that you have a blog also, because as many people by by you sharing your story and sharing with them something to see, right? And they can read your content on a platform where at the same time you can also generate income by sharing with them the opportunity for having them share their story on their own blogging platform. Okay, and this blogging platform it pays for itself. It pays for itself by you putting it out there, letting people know that your story has value in it. And as long as you're sharing value with the people, giving people value, tips, strategies, something you might have learned, if you put that stuff into your blogs, it elevates your blog and it elevates your traffic, it elevates the views, it elevates the sessions, it elevates you, and it elevates your income. So it's important that you guys really see how we hold on. I'm sorry about that, guys. It's important that you guys really see how important having a blog is, and we're going to be sharing that with you today. And I know I ranted off a bit, and I was a bit all over the place, but you know, it is Saturday, and I'm fired up, excited, love what I'm doing, love the fact that we are going together as a family, as a team, and you know, the vision of the of Team Blitz is breaking people out of that matrix and you know freeing 100 families each year, guys. That's our goal each year, to become financially free. Now I don't mean financially free like you know the bills are going to stop coming, and no, I mean being that you will be able to be at home and be able to make an income from home, not having to wake up to the alarm clock, not having to go to a job and build your boss's dream house instead of your own, okay? Because at the beginning, it's always going to be rough, right? At the beginning, it's always going to be rough. That's what, that's how people become top marketers, warriors in this industry, because they keep pushing, go through these obstacles, and continue jumping, going through these obstacles, and not letting them stand in their way, and they keep going. And that's why with this blogging platform, you can do the same thing, because by you sharing your story, it gives people something. In other words, there's audiences out there, right? Now, your story can be about um, how you overcame some type of sickness, right? Or some type of, or maybe you graduated and you know went into going into college. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that you know education isn't good. Education is amazing. I mean, most people who are top entrepreneurs are you know people who you know continue their education in life. You know, so um, they basically become entrepreneurs that way, right? And when we share our stories and giving people impactful value within our stories, and you reach an audience by targeting, right? And that's one of the things we'll be talking about here, and how you can actually, with your blog, how you can actually have a target, a niche, in other words. Like, let's say you're a triathlon guy and you love running track and field. That would be a niche that you can target where you can share your story with your blog. Let's say you like painting and you like architecture. That's another niche. Health and wellness. All of these niches are out there. You just gotta share the content, find a target audience, you know, critique the numbers a bit, see where you're getting more of your views from, right? And most of the sales coming in from, and that right there, my friends, is your target. That's your niche right there. It's important that you create your own niche, right? My niche is the home-based business, is people who are in multi-level marketing who are struggling to get leads, who are struggling to make a sale, who've been in their companies for over a year, 2 years, and still have not made a sale. There are people out in this industry that, you know, they passionately are in love with the company, right? And sometimes that emotion will get in the way, and it can actually sabotage you because it keeps you from actually taking action. You know, you got to really be that business-minded person and start critiquing, okay, this is what I got to do, this is what needs to be done. And by you having this blogging platform, it helps you do it much faster, guys. Okay? because right now we get over 2.5, 2.3 views on the blogging platform that we have right now. And that is powerful, guys. Now, if you put in a blog using a domain that's already on, it's already like, what's that word? It's powerful, in other words. Like, it's really being seen online. It's a dominating domain, in other words. I forgot, I keep forgetting that word. But anyway, when you're blogging on a platform that way, it gets you to rank even easier on Google. You get ranked on the first page on Google, and it's important that you get ranked on the first page on Google, that your blog is on the first page of Google. So, I'm gonna pass the mic over to Katrina Russell, who is an amazing person. I mean, she has overcome obstacles that I probably wouldn't even be able to do myself. She is a very strong woman. She right now is becoming the outcome because she is starting to really expand her mind and expand that vision that she's already put in place. Her goals are set. She's going to be sharing with you her story and her results and how blogging has helped her and what it's done for her and her bank account also. But with that being said, guys, Katrina, the floor is yours.
Thanks, buddy. That was a very nice intro right there.
Nice.
As Terrence said, my name is Katrina Russell, and I am from Chicago. And right now, we're experiencing a heat wave at 20 degrees. But I'm from Chicago, and how I even got into this business. Me and Terrence actually come from the same business. And so when he got into this, he would always tell me about it. And at first, I don't know, for whatever reason, I was close to it, but I started seeing his results. And that's kind of what attracted me to it more. So my story, as Terry was saying, everyone has a story, and my story is that actually almost 9 years ago, it's in a month on my birthday, it will be 9 years that I was diagnosed with MS. And it's been a wild 9 years or whatever. I would tell people about it. I finally got to a point where I would tell people about it, but only in relation to my faith. Um, and that was only one group of people I would tell about what I was going through. See, I was diagnosed right as I was coming out of high school, and so the people from my high school knew me as a person who was pursuing a fashion career. I was considering heavily being a fashion model, so the people from my high school knew me as that, and the people from my college knew me as a person who had such great faith, who's had such trust in God despite what she was going through. And so I joke and I say, I was almost living a double life, but that's not really a joke. That there was this degree of dualism because I would never ever let the two meet because I was kind of ashamed of it, certain parts of it. And so it was actually my business partners that convinced me to come out. I'll just say come out of the closet about what I was going through. And we were in Las Vegas. And this is so funny to me because we're in Las Vegas at a conference, and when Terrence tells your story, I had 8 people directly and indirectly tell me to tell your story, tell your story. I got so tired of hearing tell your story because I didn't want to tell mine. So I was sitting next to Terrence one day and someone else said it, and I just put my head down and I just closed my eyes, and he's like, write that down, write that down. He's like hollering at me. So so I'm like, okay, I'll tell my story. But what really made me just like put everything on the table was again another one of my business partners, a sweet man by the name of Brian Kane. We were, I get a little worked up sometimes about things, I'll admit it. And so we there was something new in the business coming out, and I really just wanted to know, what is it out right now, or when the heck is it going to be coming out? What's the deal? I was kind of confused, and instead of everybody, instead of someone saying just yes or no, which is what I was looking for, a freaking yes or no answer, people kept telling me stuff like, wait till tonight, get on the hangout tonight, and like, it was really, really pissing me off because I'm like, this is a yes or no question and no one's giving it to me. So I contacted Brian and I'm like, Brian, people are really, starting to make me mad. And so I gave him the whole scenario, and I told him, can you just give me the answer? And boy, did he give me an answer, which I appreciate to this day. So he said, Katrina, your mind is rejecting the answer. And I had to keep reading. He said, you're rejecting the answer. When you get the answer, you reject it as the answer because you think there should be a better one. How long do you have to see the answer? How long do you have to hear the answer before you accept it as the answer? And so, like, when I saw that message, I thanked him for it. And I just stared at it for an hour. And at first I laughed, and then I thanked him, and then I just began to cry, for about an hour because I'm like, this is the culmination of everything everyone has been telling me in Vegas about telling my story, about just putting it out there, and this is really what made me say, okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna put all my cards on the table, and I'm going to tell everybody what I'm going through, which I did. And now that is something that I blog about. When I came out about what I was going through, people were so freaking supportive. It was just amazing. People who didn't know what I was going through, people who did know, they were so supportive of me, and it was a breath of fresh air. And now that is what I write about on my blogging platform. That is what I reach people with. I made a Facebook page called How to Defeat MS because that is what I want to teach people. I'm not just going through this, and I'm not the kind of person who's going to say, oh, I'm going to live with this for the rest of my life, because I'm not. I've never believed that. I've never believed that. Because some people say MS isn't curable, but yeah, it really is. And I've seen and I've read stories about people being cured of MS. So that's what I want to educate people on. I want to inspire people. I want to share my struggles, and I'm just going to share this one with you to let everybody know that I'm a real person, that I'm me, and that when I say I want to help people on this blogging platform, I want to take it from a lot of different perspectives. I want to take it from a spiritual perspective. I want to take it from a medical perspective. I want to take it from a humorous perspective. I want to inspire you and educate you. So okay, this is kind of crazy. MS, there have been a lot of developments in MS, in the medicine that you take. When I first started, when I was first diagnosed, and 4 months later I started taking medicine, what I had to do, and I don't think you guys know this, what I had to do was I had to self-inject. 3 times a week, I would take a needle and I would stick it somewhere on my body, maybe my thigh or my stomach, my arm. It wasn't, whatever. And they would have something called a self-injector that would help you. So I did this. I did this for 5 years. And yesterday, you guys can feel free to laugh if you want to. I have to switch medicines again. I did that for 5 years, and then I got on a medicine where you take it through the vein, a once a month infusion, and that's what I'm on now. But I have to switch medicines again, and so they've developed a pill now, which, the hallelujah. Um, but when the doctor was talking to me yesterday, and she was suggesting what medicines to take, oh my goodness, she brought out this self-injector, and she said, this will help And I freaked out. I said, "Oh no, 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 no! I can't do that." And I just began to freak out on her, and I had to explain. I'm like, "Listen, I did that for 5 years. I cannot do that again." And she started talking again, and this is the point where you guys can laugh. Once I opened my mouth to speak, I was being so serious. I said, "I still have marks on my body from using that thing. I cannot do that again." And at that point, I just began to bawl. I just began to cry because I'm like, this is a medicine administering mechanism from my past that I kicked 3 years ago. And you're telling me that you want me to use this again? I can't do that. And I didn't know it would have such an emotional effect on me, but it did. So it's funny to me. I don't know if it's funny to you guys, but that's the kind of thing I would blog about, and that's how I would encourage other people, with my story to let them know. I mean, it's funny to me now. It wasn't funny while it was happening because I was like, "Oh no, no, no! This lady has lost her freaking mind. I am not using that again." I would never do that again. But the point is, this is what I do with that blogging platform. This is how I reach people. This is how I do impact people with this blogging platform. I let them know that one, they are not alone because MS is, I don't feel physical pain with MS. I just don't. I used to have some pain in my knees, but I don't think that's MS related. I do not feel physical pain. I've never felt physical pain. What I do feel is emotional pain. I can't describe to you the emotional pain I feel, because of you have the emotional weight, and there's nothing like feeling like you're going through this by yourself. It's a terrible feeling. So if I can show people that you're not alone in this, you're not going through this by yourself, we're going to overcome this together. That is exactly what I want to do, and that is what this blogging platform has done for me. Okay, that was a lot. Back to you, Terrence.
Katrina, Katrina, like I said, amazing, amazing. The story is powerful, guys. As you already heard, that's why I always say when I introduce her that, the obstacles that she has overcome. I mean, again, I couldn't even, seriously, I mean, the emotional pain, and I don't even know, like, how I would be able to deal with that. You know what I mean, guys? But like she said, she's reaching out, like I was saying earlier about reaching the target audience, right? Like, because you want to help people. We're here. This is not about me. This is not about you. This is about you being a person of value, a person that is giving some type of content, giving back. Okay? Because as long as you continue giving back, and it's crazy, man. What I learned about being in Empower Network and using this platform is honestly is when you use it, right? And you're able to give content the way you do, for me, it's like it actually frees me, man. Like, I mean, I really feel free when I do that because when I get the responses, the comments, people saying, "Thank you, I needed this video. Oh man, your video is massive. I appreciate what you said here. I needed to hear that today." Like, that frees me, guys. That frees me mentally, spiritually. It's because I know I'm connecting with people. I'm a people's person. And Katrina, by sharing her story about MS, is reaching people with the same disease and is actually giving them strength, guys. Because Katrina in herself is strength. She is already, she's already showing them that the possibilities are there. You don't have to sit there and suffer. You don't have to sit there and worry about all of the medical bills that come in behind that. I can't even imagine what the cost is. I mean, it is crazy here in this country how, I mean, that's big business here. And be honest with you. And it's bad business, but it's big, and it's all about making the dollar and selling you the medications and all of this stuff that, in all honesty, for me, medication is so they can keep you on it. It's made that way. It's there so you can continue buying it, getting it because someone is making money on it, you know. And we all know that MS is a very powerful disease that it doesn't, there's people out here who are really suffering with that. And Katrina is going to help thousands of lives, guys, by sharing that story, sharing that blog, reaching out to these people and letting them know that by sharing their story, they'll start becoming an outcome. They'll start overcoming their obstacles. They'll start becoming winners. They'll start feeling like they're winning again. Because just like she said, she hasn't felt physical pain having this disease. It's been the emotional part of it. Now that is heavy, guys. So that is what she's been doing. That is what she's been working on. And guess what? The blog, I'm sure, is helping her tame those emotions. You know what I'm saying? And those emotions are probably heading towards, she's taking that emotion, which is energy and motion. That's all that is. It's where you put in here and how the energy comes from here. In other words, it builds up. So if it's a negative energy, you're gonna feel negativity. That's what you're gonna be feeling inside, right? But if it's constant positivity, that energy and motion is going to be flowing, guys. And Katrina right now, her emotions right now are positivity, and that's what's flowing right now. That's why you just heard her story, and I'm sure it made some type of impact in you, and to let you know that, wow, what is my excuse? What is your excuse? Why don't you have a blog yet? Why aren't you blogging? Why aren't you sharing your story? Why wouldn't you want to make money by sharing your story? Why wouldn't you want to make money by blogging? Why wouldn't you want to do it? It's important, guys, that you put your stories out there and you share it with the people. Don't just be on Facebook posting your statuses and nothing comes back behind that. You know what I'm saying? But Katrina, I want to thank you, man. Like I said, you are one strong individual, and your outcomes are already here, and the obstacles you already jumping over them. You're hurdling over those things, girl. So I want to thank you for being here, and I want to thank you for sharing your story and how blogging has helped you. And if you want to pop in later on, whatever, you're more than welcome to. And the next person I want to introduce is my good friend Nestor Nadone, because Nestor, we met out in Denver, Colorado at the event, and we just kicked it off from there, and we got massive respect for each other. We help each other out. Um, we don't we came from two different teams, but we basically we mended ourselves and help each other out, and he's helped me in ways that I can't even, all I can say is I appreciate having this guy on my team, and him being a part of it has brought a blessing because Nesta, he's an entrepreneur. He was an entrepreneur before he even joined Empower Network, and I'm gonna let him share his story and what blogging has done for him. And this guy's on fire right now. He's getting results. He's gonna share with you some results that he has accumulated these past couple of weeks, and and I know that his strategies will help you if you're out there blogging, and if you're already in Empower Network and you're watching this, and you're having struggles with coming up with topics and stuff. Nestor's probably one of the best guys to speak about that with because he comes up with these topics and he just blogs away. I mean, I've been watching his blogs for weeks, ever since we've been having the 21-day blogging challenge. And guys, if you want, click that link below so that way you can start the 21-day blogging challenge today. Okay, guys, that is free, guys. You join today, guys. Fill out that application, fill out that secured form, and get started today, guys. All right, you get that blogging platform, get started, and start sharing your story. All right. So with that being said, I'm gonna pass the mic over to Nestor. Nestor, welcome to the Hangout, and the floor is yours, my friend.
Thank you. Excuse me. Thank you, Terrence. This is it's an honor to be here, and I love these hangouts. I love Team Blitz. I think that what we're doing here, especially with Project 100. It's amazing, and that's basically helping 100 people each year free themselves, like you were talking about, right? I love to be able to be in sync with that vision, and the reason is because like Terrence says, I chose the entrepreneur life many years ago, and especially well, basically since I got married, my wife is gonna be 13 years in April, this April, and we will always be talking about how I want to be a stay-at-home dad. I love to be able to stay at home. And at that time we didn't have, still didn't have children, but we were, thinking to the future, and I knew that the only way to be able to stay home was, first, I needed to bring in sufficient income to pay for what I needed to pay from what I was doing on a job, right? And how could you do that? How are you able to supplement that income? And the only way I saw it was becoming an entrepreneur, becoming a business owner, right? Having some sort of business. But what happened is that, I started reading books like Rich Dad Poor Dad that taught me, to mind my own business, that I need to be an entrepreneur. But what happened is that I took the long way home when I started this, because I thought that any business was going to be sufficient, and any type of business was going to be able to give me enough income so I could stay home. Because I was thinking, okay, that's going to take me, maybe, I'm gonna put in some sacrifice. I'm gonna put in some hours, but eventually it's gonna be giving me so much money that I'm gonna be able to just put employees to work, and me be at home, right? Well, it's a little bit harder than that if you're gonna be doing a brick and mortar like I did. At the beginning, I did some vending machines, and I got to a point where I had 40 vending machines around my city, and we're talking about like snack machines, soda machines, gumbo machines, and they were giving me good money, but I still had to be there physically, right? I had to at least go once a week to service them. Plus, then as the route started to get bigger, I started to get more service calls, right? All of a sudden, I had to go like in the morning or at night, and at that time, I was still working. So after work, I was still gotta get ready and go to service those machines, because a change machine will get stuck, or a candy will get stuck, and people needed their money back or something. So it was just like, I was like, man, this is not the business, right? It's like, it's still gonna take me. And I started to imagine, it's like, once it got bigger, how was I gonna be able to be able to stay home if I was gonna be able to gonna have to get all these service calls, right? And so what I did is I was like, you know what, I gotta think a little bit bigger, so I got a restaurant. And right there, I was excited because I had employees. I was like, okay, this is I'm at the right track, I thought, and I started working that business. But again, the same thing happened as it got bigger, as the more sales, I found myself working more, and then all of a sudden the economy hit, and I ended up even working even more. So after 5 years, what happened was I was working, 70, sometimes 80 hours a week in my own restaurant, right? And working way more than I would have been working in a job, making less money actually, because the sales weren't that high because of the economy. How when back in in 2008 started to just decline, right? And what that happened is it just created strain in my family, because I was actually way out there more than I was at home now. And so the plan was totally working backwards. And so when I say about taking the long way home, is that if I would have known the power of blogging, if I would have known about Empower Network, or if Empower Network would have been in place back then, because it still wasn't, I just would have just made a quick decision, a very quick decision to just get in and start doing what we're doing right now, because it's so much easier. Empower Network has actually been able to give me the power and the ability to be able to really stay home now, and so now I'm able to stay home here and work just the hours that I want to work, right? If I want to work 2 hours, if I want to work 3 hours, and put in that work, and then I can just say, what, the rest of the day is going to be for my family, or I can do whatever I want. It's a freedom that that's the type of freedom that I wanted. And so I know now that there are so many, there's thousands and thousands of people out there, and you might be one of them who would like this type of freedom. And that's why when I got in sync with Team Blitz about this vision, I was like, you know what? Not only does this vision go hand in hand with the Power Network's vision, which is Power Network's vision is to create 100 millionaires a year. So now imagine just being able to create 100 millionaires in this company every single year. What does that mean to you? What kind of opportunity does this have? What kind of opportunity does this vision open up for you, right? So that's something that I was just like amazed with. And now with 100, to free 100 people each year with Team Blitz is amazing. But what I want to do really quick right here is actually show you the power of the blog, because what like Terrence was talking about, I've been getting some results with this, and they've been just amazing results, because I wanted just to see how fast can we get this thing going, right? And I have a website called the makemoneyfromhomedad.com, right, where I help basically dads, parents, moms, to just educate themselves on how to make money from home. How can they, basically get to the point where they can quit their job and stay home. So I teach all sorts of, either traffic generating strategies. I teach stuff like, how to manage your day, right? I teach stuff like about mindset, so you can actually prepare yourself for this lifestyle. So what I want to do right now is actually show you the power of the blog, because when we got this new blog Kalatu, it was just an amazing thing, because all of a sudden these things start to rank. And if you don't know about ranking means that you're gonna rank in the search engines, and people are always going to search engines to solve some sort of problem, right? They have a problem that they want to solve, and they go, like let's say for instance, where can I go eat or something, right? Or what restaurants have, seafood or something, right? That's a problem that they have, right? And then all of a sudden all these seafood places come up. But there's other people who are looking, for ways like, how can I make money from home, right? How can I lose weight? Well, people are searching for that stuff, and if you do a search, you're gonna find out that most of the searches that come up are blogs. Right? So how can you get your blog there? Because we're talking about millions of blogs. If you're there number one, imagine now yourself the ton of traffic that you're going to be receiving from these search engines. And we're talking about free traffic that you don't have to pay for it. All you got to do is put a little time to write a blog post and keep writing and writing and writing. Do a couple of things here and there to make to show the search engines that your blog is worthy of being up there. And all of a sudden, bam, you start to rank, and that's when the traffic starts coming in. So what I'm going to do really quick is actually going to share my screen very quick right here. Okay, so let me share my screen really quick, start sharing, and right. Okay, so I believe I'm sharing my screen now, yeah? Okay, so what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to go ahead and go into right here my Google Analytics, okay? So this is week per week, and if you can see before, it's like almost nothing, right? I was only getting like maybe 2 or 3 people a day or something. And what happened is all of a sudden, when I started to implement the training that's inside in Power Network, right? Because they teach you about blogging, and if you want to do the same, you can click on the button at the bottom of this video and get yourself into a Power Network, get yourself a Kalatu, and then you'll be able to have more, you'll be able to upgrade into more powerful training that's going to teach you methods like these, okay? So what happens right here, since February 8, all of a sudden it went from 7 sessions, which is 7 sessions, people going into your blog. All in 1 week, it went to 193 people, and then the second week to 278 people, and then to 1,042 people this last week. So that's an average of 1,314 people coming into your blog. Now imagine yourself, if no matter what business you're in, how would you like 1,314 people visiting your blog each and every month? I mean, that's the power of this. And not only are they visiting just that one blog post, I have an average of 1.39. So that was almost like 1.5 to 2 pages of every single member who gets in there goes to at least another page and sees it. Sees another page that I have, right? And so here are examples of stuff that I'm ranking for. So when you put like information in here, you can see that in Power Network Full Comprehensive Review, I'm number 1. So if somebody wants to is searching for a Power Network review or something, I'm the one who pops out number one. And then stuff like this one, I'm ranking number 2 right here. You know, that live the lifestyle and make money from home. So if people are searching for these types of keywords, I come out number 2, right? So I'm always giving people what I believe is what they're searching for. What you know, everybody has problems, everybody has obstacles, and I'm like, how can I solve them? And that's what I kind of want to do every time, and that's how I come up with my material. So right here, number 1 again is experience unlimited satisfaction and happiness now. I mean, so as you can see, it's different types of blogs that I'm ranking for, but the whole point is that it's is that the power that you can get from ranking these types of blog posts. Now imagine yourself just for a second, any business you're in, real estate, network marketing, sales, you know, it doesn't matter what you are. Imagine yourself, you know, being able to answer people's questions, right? So let's say if you're in real estate, you know, just kind of think about, you know, what are people, you know, when they go into a search engine, you know, they're gonna be like, how can I buy a home, right? You know, how can I buy a home? And most of the time they're gonna be local, so you can, how can I buy a home? And then you put your local city. You know, now imagine yourself, you're blogging, and you're the one who gets there. And the cool thing about a blog actually is that it immediately puts you in an expert position. All right, even if you're a newbie, even if you're a total newbie, if somebody finds your blog, they immediately assume that you know what you're talking about. And I'm not saying that you don't know what you're talking about. I mean, and also I don't want you to be writing things about what you don't know, right? But what I'm saying is that instantaneously you get credibility with a blog, right? Because, you know, for some reason people think that, you know, whatever's written it has to be true, right? That's why sometimes is you know, you have to kind of, you know, look around to make sure that everything is right, because you don't know who's writing stuff. But what I'm talking about is that imagine yourself now being a newbie just coming in and all of a sudden writing about your passion or writing about something that you do know, you know, because, you know, that's what you know, like Katrina with her, you know, with the MS, she knows that stuff, right? So now when people are searching for that stuff, all of a sudden they see her as an authority figure. They see her as like, hey, you know what, she has MS and she's writing about that stuff. It relates to me. You know, they see her as a little bit more of an expert now than before, right? So now they're gonna seek her for the answers, for more answers to their questions when it comes to that. They're gonna go out there and they're gonna comment that and say, hey, how did you do this? How did you do that? Right? And if they see her interacting with them, all of a sudden, boom, more of an expertise, more authority is given to her. Right? That's the power of a blog. So if you want to differentiate yourself from the competition, you will need a blog. And the great thing is about it, when the Power Network, you don't need to have any technical skills, man. It's like, you know, you don't gotta have any technical skills. You don't have to have anything. I mean, the great thing is, like, we have 5 themes to choose from, and the themes are like the best of the best right now. So you don't have to worry about anything. You can modify however you want to deal with your company, right? If you're in another company, or if you don't have any business, you can just click here, become an affiliate, and in an instant, now you have a business. Now you have a home business that you can do, because if you become an affiliate of a Power Network, all of a sudden you can resell the blogging platform just like we're doing, and all of a sudden you have a business from one second to the other. You're a home business owner, right? You're a home business owner. You can start your journey. You can start taking those steps to one day be able to fire that boss, right? Be able to quit that job and start making money from home, because that's you know, if that's something that you want, right? But at the same time, I know I see other bloggers who are blogging around the world, right? We have this team inside the Power Network called the Unstoppable Family, and I love them because most of their members are people who are doing this business from around the world. You know, they're traveling, and no matter, as long as you have internet, you're able to blog, you're able to pass that information, you're able to have a business, right? A world business. But that's all I really wanted to say today, and I just invite you to, you know, click on the link at the bottom of this video and join us. Join Team Vision, join our vision with Team Blitz. You know, let us help you free yourself, okay? Because that's our intention. Our intention for these videos, for these Hangouts, are to be able to help you out, okay? So go ahead and just click on there. Trust us. Hey, you have a 14-day money-back guarantee anyway. So there's no worry about anything. You could just come in and say, you know what, this is not for me, and then after 14 days you can get your money back. It's not a big deal, right? But what I'm gonna say is that if you come in and you listen to what we're saying and you plug in, you're gonna fall in love. You're gonna fall in love with this whole system. You're gonna fall in love with the whole culture that is Empower Network, and you're just gonna start seeing results, because that's what it takes. It takes you to be all in mentally to be able to start, getting results like this. And I'm gonna throw in a bonus right here, because I'm already ready to probably this week I'm gonna go ahead and start this training, which I'm gonna train about how I got those results. And even though most of the information is in the big chunk, the big meat and potatoes is inside Empower Network, right? I'm gonna show you some tips and tricks about what I did and how you can do that right now to be able to start ranking. So I'm already gonna be ready to go in there. Everybody in Team Blitz team already is gonna receive this training, so it's gonna be great. It's gonna be awesome, and you're gonna want to come into Team Bliss to receive this training, because I'm gonna show you how it is and how to be able to actually go and see the training from Empower Network, and then make it your own, so you can actually get these results, similar results that I'm getting right now. I'm not gonna guarantee any results, but I'm gonna guarantee you're gonna have fun and you're gonna love the information, and it's gonna be powerful. With that, my friends, thank you so much. My name is Nestor Nidome. I'm gonna pass it back to Terrence.
Wow, Nesta, that was powerful, Nesta, man. Well, guys, you guys already saw it, and right now it's your turn to click the link below. Right now, pull out your credit card, like it's floating out of your wallet, and it's telling you, it's calling you, it's telling you, guys, it's time. It's time to really start sharing your outcome. What is your story? Nesta just shared with you guys some analytics, and which is basically the graph and the results of your blog, the views, the sessions, meaning people showing up, and those numbers are powerful. Like he showed you he was flatlined, and then from February 7th up. And where did he get that? Where did he get the tips and the training? From inside the back office in the modules that we have. See, because when you listen and start becoming teachable and let yourself be coachable, you will start seeing the results. Now, those results right there, like my users is at 7 and change. Sessions is about pretty much even. 78% new users, new views, 28% returnees. But what Nesta shared with you there was powerful. He found something, which was his niche. And how? Because the content started becoming better and better, and the keywording. So he just showed you how easily he ranked on the first or second spot on the first page of Google. So like he said, when anybody types in the terms, these keywords, make money from home, that make money, I'm sure that blog was going to pop up. Or the other one that he had put up, the Empower Network. Anyone who types in Empower Network, that automatically is going to pop up. Like, boom. That's the first thing they're going to see is Nesta's link, Nesta's blog, and that is the power of blogging, guys. Blogging can help you make extra money if you let yourself be coachable. You're not going to overnight it, but as long as you continue applying it, as Nesta has just showed you, he's just continue on the locomotion, and he found something. We all get that breakthrough, sooner or later. We get that breakthrough, and that breakthrough is exactly what's happening for Nesta right now. Nesta is getting results. He's making sales. People are, the leads are coming in. I mean, with those numbers, leads are coming in, and that is the importance of you sharing your blog. That's the importance of you having your blog. It's like I said, when you're on Facebook and you see those stories, and you click on it, it automatically goes to a blog. So you, my friend, right now, click that link below. Get started. Join the 21-day blogging challenge. Fill out that form. Enter your best email. Okay? And like Nestor said, there's a 14-day back money guarantee if you feel that this is not a good fit for you in your life. But I highly doubt it, because within 14 days, you will fall in love with this platform. You would fall in love with your story. And you know what you're really going to fall in love with is once you start sharing it, how people are going to start responding and telling you, wow, that was powerful, Terrence. I needed that today. That was powerful, Lynette. I needed to hear that today. Thank you. That was so powerful, Nestor. I want to join your team. I want to join you, Nestor, right? That is exactly what the blogging platform will do for you, because you can help people and you can help them change their ways, their mindset, and their lifestyle, guys. You know, a lifestyle is what we make it. What we think about is what we're going to bring about, right? So we create our own world from in here. Whatever our thoughts are is what we're creating on the outside, you know? So why not create a story, put it into your blog, and your story, right? With all of the obstacles you have overcome, troubles that you have been in. Guys, those are stories, guys. And they are a gold mine. They sell. People want to hear truth. They don't want no fake story, made up nonsense. Those things don't sell. I mean, people catch those things, I mean, so fast, just by the way you put up that content, they'll know it's fake. But if you sharing a real truth, you know, from the heart story, guys, the spike will happen too, just like it happened with Ness, you know? So it's important that you guys definitely click that link below right now and get started with us, because this blogging platform will help you and will help your family make an extra living, make extra money, and even get you that newer house that you want. Maybe that car that you've been looking for, that you've been wanting and you've been looking at it every day, you know? Maybe it's that vacation home that you want to rent out, right? Maybe it's the house that you want on the beach, right? Or maybe it's getting your kids in college, saving, you know, funding it. You know what I mean? That's the power of this blog, man. That's the power of this blog. You got to realize how powerful this is. You got to realize how powerful you are. Okay? So with that being said, we got Lynette, who is also a part of Team Blitz, and I definitely appreciate her. She is a warrior, because because she sometimes puts in the chat, yeah, you know, guys, I'm having troubles here, but I'm challenging myself and I'm going to overcome it. And she's always speaking that. She's always putting that out there. So I'm going to let Lynette, excuse me, I'm going to let Lynette share her story, her background, and she'll give you some insight on what she's overcome and obstacles by using this platform, and how this platform has helped her. And with that being said, I'll pass the mic over to Lynette. Lynette, you there? Lynette? Mm-hmm. I don't think, because I know she popped in, popped out, but because I know she be having some techie problems. But with that being said, guys, you know, I'm just gonna continue on until she pops in. So, guys, honestly, what, what did you get out of this hangout? I mean, we didn't want to, like, we're not here to sell you the platform. We're here to let you know that this is going to help you. Like Nestor said, we're here to help each other. We're here to help you. Okay? And the best part about being human is that we have other people. You know, we have other people, and we have other people that we can help, that we can share a powerful opportunity, which is online, which everyone is doing right now, except you, because all you're basically doing, if you're not with Empower Network and you don't have a blog, you're basically just homeless online. Think about that. Really think about that for a second. You know, a friend of mine yesterday, um, you know, I shared with him the blog. He has a blog. He uses blogger.com. And I showed him. I said, really? Um, no, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna wait till it's a free offer, right? And it hit me right there. So this guy is going to tell me that he's going to wait till it's a free offer, right? Because we did have a couple weeks back, I think seven. I think it's. I think it might still be up, but right now it's $7 even for 7 days, you know. But um, he tells me, oh, I'm gonna wait till you send me a free offer again. And you know what he did? He shows me. He sends me his blog. I look at his blog, and it's light. Now this guy he promotes carrot bars. So I told him yesterday. I said I'm gonna show you how fast I rank on Google, showing you how by me writing a blog about your company, how I'm going to rank it. And that's exactly what I did. So I'm going to show you real quick, guys. I'm going to be real quick with this because I truly believe it's important. And let me know if you guys see my screen. Okay. All right, perfect. Now, let me open this up a little more because I got this pretty, okay. Can you guys see my screen? You can see my screen, Ness? Okay, here we go. Now I'm gonna share with you. I'm gonna share with you guys. Um, where we at? This is the blog right here, right? This is the blog I put. I put some black. I even put the company in here. Which backlinking is important, guys. And here we have the blog, right? And like I said, the comments. Like I said, people always, engaging with me. So what I did was, I showed him the blog, and then I said to him, okay, we'll go to Google, and what we'll do is show you how quick it is we rank on it with an authority site, in other words. And there it is, guys. You see that right there? And this is 17 hours ago. I wrote this yesterday. So I wanted to show him how it is that you can be able to get that blog up. How fast it is for you to do that. Because when you're blogging and you want to collect leads, right? How do we do that? Right? We got to learn keywords. We got to learn SEO, right? Because in order for people to realize what it is you have, it's going to help you generate more income. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, people want to see results. People want you to share their stories. People want to see everything, right? So let me stop the sharing here. All right. Yes, you did see that, right? Yeah, okay, cool. So, guys, it's important that, you want to click that link below right now because at the end of the day, oh, Lynette, you're back. Wow, she is back, guys. So, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to let Lynette share a bit of her story. And again, you guys saw how quick it is. We can rank on Google. You see how quick we can get there. So, with that being said, guys, I'm going to pass the mic over to Lynette, let her share her story, what this blogging platform has done for her, and how she's excited using it. And the floor is yours, gorgeous.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
All right. Yeah, hey everybody, how y'all doing? Yeah, I just recently got back into the internet marketing thing. I had tried this, I want to say about 8, 9 years ago. I was hard body, hard fashion. I was in other businesses. And as it kind of deviled off for me, I was doing rather well, but then I lost my job and things kind of went downhill. Had my baby, kind of got focused in that. And then, one day I was just praying. I got to get back into it. I was looking. Um, I started out with Danielle. She's not with us today, but I started out with Danielle. And basically, she, you know, started me back getting my health together because, just eating right and doing things like that. And then I was looking to invest in something. And I think I had signed up for the iPass. It was like 7 days of iPass. You know what I'm talking about? It was like 7 days of iPass. And after that, I went in, I was looking at it, and I was like, oh, I can do this. Then I talked to her. She said she was on a dream team. So I was like, oh, okay, well, I have somebody I know. I wasn't in it yet. I just did I think I paid $1 on iPass. I said, okay, I got somebody I know that's willing to do this too. And she was with Tracy. So it's just like an ongoing thing, and everybody. And I was praying. I was like, yo, it's too many people making money online for me not to be able to figure this out. And then Empower has a platform that it teaches you how to build a business, not how to get in a business. I've gotten in plenty of businesses before, but this platform has taught me how to build a business. I've learned how to blog. I've learned how to use links. I've learned how to make landing pages. I've done more things in the last 2 months in this business as far as building business than I've ever done with any other business. Yeah, I've called my friends, I've called my family, I've been excited, I've done all of that stuff, but I've actually have a team now that everybody has a niche. I haven't found mine yet, but I'm getting there. Everybody has a niche. Nesta is the work from home dad. Nesta can tell you everything about everything about everything. Katrina's telling me, you got to do this, Lynette. Find your niche. Talk about this. Write about this. So it's like, it's pressure, and I like it. It's good pressure because I know that everybody wants success for everybody. Our goal is to have 100 people with us. Everybody wants the same thing. Everybody's after the same goal. It's not, oh, I got 27 people on my downline. I got 32 people on my downline. No, it's a team of us, and we all want to build it up, and we want to welcome you, and we want everybody here. So if you want a platform to learn how to build a business, not to find your friends, not to network, not to affiliate, to actually build a business, because this platform, even if I leave Empower tomorrow, which I won't because I love it, but even if I decided to leave tomorrow, I've learned more here about building business than I've learned in school, college, and other business that I dealt with. Other businesses, they just want you to push product, push product, push product. And here we push product, of course, but we push our product with a goal in mind. There's no just, because you can lose weight, but there's nothing else. Like, okay, you can lose weight, but after I lose weight, then what? There's no, how do I maintain this weight loss? Like, they don't teach you that. Empower's taught me, this is what you have to do. This is what you have to do to build your business. This is what you have to be to get in your business. If you want to do it, you got to stay on a consistent basis. If you do this every day, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but you got to keep the consistency. You got to, but they say, I don't know, I'm in the sports, the gym rat. You got to be the first one in the gym, the last one out the gym. And if you want it, it's here. It's a platform that is here. So if you take advantage of it, you can learn a lot. Like, you can really learn a lot, and you can do everything that you want to do. It's analytics, it's pixels, this is stuff that I should know because this is not my first internet business. I didn't know nothing about Google Analytics. I've heard AdWords since Google been out, but now I understand Google, WordPress, like little meanings that if you're starting a business and you want to build it online and you're like, what? But I got a crew now. I could be like, what? What is pixels? What is analytics? Talk to me like I'm two. And they have the patience to sit there and do that because they learned that this platform will teach you what it is. So am I in slow motion? Yes. But every piece that I've gotten so far, I feel like I'm at a place now where I know that if tomorrow or the next day, do I have it all yet? No, but I feel a little bit more confident now because I have things that I could put in motion. I remember telling Terrence, I was just so excited. I did an ad on Facebook, and I had like 40 hits. I didn't know how to retrieve it. I didn't know how to do none of that stuff. But the bottom line is, I was taught what to do. Did I do everything correctly? No, but you gotta in order to learn things, you gotta make mistakes. So that was like, it was a mistake, but it was a happy mistake just to know that 40 people was interested in whatever I put out there, whatever I threw up. 40 people was interested, and I've learned how to do like when you put out different ads to see which one get more hits and stuff like that. So I had one that had like 43 and one that had 3. Something I didn't learn in business with these other businesses. Call your friends, call your family, 3-way calls, always be closing. But you need the foundation to do it. If you don't have the foundation, it's just excitement. You're just walking around excited, which is good because it's a lot of sour people, but platform building business with a team is more important than finding your friends and being excited. Building your business is the most important. So if you want to build a business, start with Empower Network. If you want to learn digital marketing, start with Empower Network. Like, seriously, because it's a platform they're not gonna stray away. You're not gonna get signed up and then you don't hear from them again. It's not gonna happen. Only way you won't hear from them again is if you don't want to. So sign up, click the button below, get down with the team. Team Blitz is the way to go. I've learned a lot, and like I said, I've only been on there a month and a half. So let's go, people. That's basically all I gotta say.
Hey, Terrence, let me say something really quick, man. Let me say something
Holy
really quick, man.
Go ahead, Russ.
That's freaking amazing. I'm so excited. I didn't mean to interrupt Terrence, but Lynette just pumped me up. And really quick, she was talking about something that I learned many years ago about this book, the E-Myth. And this guy, he's been helping, millions of people build their business. And he talks about something that Lynette just hit right there, in the nail on the head, which is basically a lot of people work in their business, right? They work in their business by doing, let's say, like when I was in a restaurant business, I was working in my business by washing those dishes, prepping that food, right? Getting those customers. But what I learned about this business, like, that's not gonna get you to the next point. You gotta learn how to work on your business, like in your business, right? And that's exactly what Empower Network teaches you, is how to learn how to work on your business, right? No matter what it is, it teaches you how to work on your business. And when you work on your business, that means that you're gonna grow it to a different level, and then exactly, put that point. I'm so excited. She got me all pumped up again. It's awesome. Sorry to interrupt you there, Terrence, but I just gotta say that. One more thing, man. My wife and I, we got some stuff going on right now, so I'll catch you guys later. Later on, so I'm gonna go ahead and pop out right now. But it's an amazing trip right now, so I'm all excited, and ready to go. Just click the link below, guys, and get in, and it's just gonna be an amazing ride for you. All right, Terrence, I'll let you talk now.
You got it, bro. You got it. Thank you. Yeah, Lynette, I'm gonna say something. What you said there about, I love, this. Seriously, like, this builds your business, like this platform, and that's exactly what it's been doing for everyone who's using it. Like, you can be in other companies, right, and use this platform to help elevate your business. This is the business within the business, right? In other words, and that what she shared, like, this is actually the first time that Lynette has been able to be on the Hangout and share exactly, because before there was always some type of techie issue, you know what I'm saying? But she shared, she explained what it has done for her, what it will do for you by you doing it now, clicking the link below and getting started. And you know what, guys? I definitely messed up when I did the screen share. You know what I showed you? I showed you because when I put the build a brand online on the search, I showed you what popped up was Boose's, blog. But let me, real quick, I'm going to show you guys what I mean, what I got here real quick. This is what I wanted to show you guys. Now, you guys see this, right? Here it is, how to generate leads for carrot bars. Now, 600,000 results, right? This is my blog right here. On the first page, the first spot. Besides, under these 3, but under the how, so anybody who comes in and says, how to make money with catapults, how to get or leads, or even leads with
Hey,
catapults. That,
Terrence, I don't want
yeah,
to interrupt, but the ones above you says ad, so you know they spent money. You ain't spent no
yeah,
money.
yeah, they on top. Yeah, yeah. That's exactly why. So, yeah, they're promoting it. So, yeah, it's important, guys, that you use this blogging platform, and you already see that, people do search it, um, and there's many ways for you to even use this platform for your businesses, for your niche, and basically get your stories out there, get your opportunities out there, and share with them the blog. Like at the end of the day, it's the blog that's going to get you the audience that you need. It's the blog that's going to get you the leads that you need. And it's the blog that's going to help you generate income on top of the income that you're already generating with your personal business. In other words, you can be in Visalis, you can be in Amway, you can be in Monavi, you can be in Pay Vacation, you can be in all these companies, and most of these guys, they use this platform, guys. Most of these, they use the platform to create a bigger audience, to get more eyes on their offer, and for them to be able to use their platform themselves and be able to generate income by that. Because here you get residual income for each of for the blogging platform, and of course the inner circle, which is a mind setting audio that you listen to, which is $100 a month, plus the blog is $25 a month. So you figure one and 19.95 to be an affiliate here, guys. So it's 144.95 monthly that will get you the residual plus the modules that we have. We got the top producer formula, the team building formula, and the mass influencer formula. Oh, the mass influencer formula. And we also have the all-in library, which is powerful, powerful content that is in there. And I recommend that you guys start now by clicking the link below, getting started with us today. So this way you can start earning your residual income, start sharing your story, and start becoming that outcome that you deserve to be. Expand that vision, expand your mind. Okay, guys? Make sure that today you get started with us. This blog, this hangout will be up for the whole week up until Friday. So you guys have plenty of time to promote, to get this out there, get yourselves in, get started, and take your businesses and your lifestyle to another level. Okay, guys? So with that being said, we're going to end this broadcast. I want to appreciate all you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys who are on the panel. Lynette, I want to thank you, girl. You definitely were on fire. That was some powerful, powerful info. And I hope that you guys definitely listen to what Lynette said. She's only got a month and a half with this team. She knows that we're on fire. This team I started 9 months ago, like I said, and 3 months ago is when I actually started implementing and started to build the team. Because for back when I started in June and July, I just made the page. I created the team, but I didn't because I didn't really know what to team build yet. You know what I mean? And I started talking with Tracy Walker, read her book, and after that, that was it. I just needed to read that book, and that book actually the gave me the lessons I needed to start building the team. And that's where we started. We're growing. We're every day people are seeing what Team Blitz is about. And like I said, our vision in this team is to free 100 families every single year. Okay, and we're quarter of the way there, and we're what the first quarter of the year, and the first quarter is ending. At the end of this month, it's ending, and you got the next quarter coming up. There's 4 quarters in the year, guys. So each time there's going to be people, members joining in this team and taking action and just becoming the winners that they are, because this is what this blogging platform does. Like I said, it frees me. I feel so free when I share the story and I'm able to give people the content that they need, the value that they need as much as I can provide. Okay, guys, so with that being said, click the link below. Get started today. Today is Saturday. You're home. You're not doing anything. Most likely you're going to go out soon, but why don't you make an investment in yourself, invest in you, and that way you can start creating wealth in your story, guys, because facts tell and stories sell. With that being said, guys, thank you so much, and I appreciate all of you guys. Lynette, thank you for being on today, and I'll be seeing you guys next Saturday, 11 a.m. Tuesday, Tuesday, Team Blitz morning, Team Breakfast Blitz every Saturday, 11 a.m., guys. Sometimes we get tongue twisted. All right, guys, have yourselves a great one. Peace.